Good evening, Ira Epstein, and here we are with your financial market wrap-up. And this wrap-up is for the evening of Monday, the 23rd of December, 2024. And the time, as I have it on my trusty clock, 6:27 p.m. Central Time. So I want to wish one and all a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. I will not put out updates tomorrow. The markets close at noon. My family, everybody will be hitting the road like so many people, visiting family. I don't know if I'll be back Thursday to put these out. I will be Friday. So I'll be here for the weekend. I'll get the weekend updates out for everybody and so on and so forth. So please take advantage of whatever you get in that. In looking at the markets, are we trying to get a Santa Claus rally? Well, you certainly are in the S&P and the NASDAQ. Those have been the two. Yes, tonight they're pulling back, but thin volume, you're going to go back and forth like that. Energy markets fairly stable right now, but natural gas has gotten quite a bit. It's back up now, as you can see, into the 340s. The market's getting that bid because cold weather. You're also getting a bid in the bonds and the notes right now. Some evening up as we're coming into end of the year trading, and you know that that's right in front of you. The dollar index today was up 45 points. Most currencies withering over the dollar strength. Again, we're knocking on the door of that 108 level, as you can see. And if the market picks up from here, I have what we call price counts near the 110 level. And they're very, very important as the markets get along. Now, tomorrow, what you're going to get, you do get some reports. Even though we close tomorrow, most markets at noon, stock markets, all that, and I'm talking Central Time. The Red Book Group will come out with the retail sales at 7:55. The Richmond Fed will do their monthly manufacturing sector index at 9. API numbers will be after the markets closed at 2 o'clock. And again, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah to one and all. So, where are we in these markets? Well, as you know, as I told you, Santa stumbled, but he came out of the gate. We saw that last week. Right after triple witching, the market exploded to the upside in the second part of the day. And today you followed through a little bit. You didn't get that high up. You didn't go soaring through the highs in many markets of Friday's high. What did the market do? Well, you can't argue that the market didn't come down. And this is, again, a weekly chart. And I just want to show you this. Here's the close of business, December 20th. And as the market was coming down there, I know what I was saying to you, and I know what I said over the weekend. You're at key support. I don't know if the market's going to do anything with it. It should, because in the past, when you've come down there each time, you've held it, and the market has turned away. Now, we did back here in September the opposite. We hit it, we came down, but eventually it roared back to the upside. So, what it did so far is the market is now up 3.5% coming into tomorrow. Nice gain, 193 points if you look at it through right now. And you can see what the market has done here is it's gaining itself nicely in the S&P. Well, we'll see what that all means. The pattern in the chart changed. As I step over here, I should be able to do it this way. There we go. Made a lot of changes. Notice how that doesn't move now. Made changes with the software so I can get different things to do what I want. Washout, and this was on Friday. Remember what we talked? You had triple witching and so on. Look at the size of that range. You had a range that was almost 200 points in size. I mean, that is monster. And now you're carrying through with the market, as I said. You got up today to 60.43. If I come back with you, let's go back to Friday. 60.50, 7 points away from that high. Okay, if it can clear it, where do you think the market might go? And you know, that's going to be the big thing. Can it clear it? I would say the 6,100 level. You know, it's so strange because 6,100 to 62, but 61 was such a number that as the year went on, so many analysts had that as an objective to end the year up. I don't know if they'll be right or not, but that is what was their objective now is the resistance point on the chart. You're back over the lower Bollinger Band, and when you look at momentum, it's picking up. Do we have a trend? We do not. We have momentum to the upside, but that's all that you can say, with resistance at the, let's call it the 60.97 level. When we come to the NASDAQ, what we have here is a lower low, higher high pattern, and you're fighting a battle right at the 18-week average of closes. You're nowhere down like you were on triple witching, but you can't call this a very bullish pattern. You're at a resistance point. In the Dow, this market felt, as you know, and we talked about that, to the 100-day average and to the Bollinger Band, and it ran out of downside momentum for the moment. It's oversold, trying to pick itself up a little bit, and the Russell's still underneath the 100-day average and hitting the Bollinger Band. But the weakest have been now the Dow, as you can see it, and the Russell. When we get to the notes, we're still adding yield, and we're getting embedded readings. So big rallies could be sold by the trade. Even though it's a thin market, it wouldn't surprise me if you get a good rally here that they'll be selling until that red line closes back over 21. In the dollar index, we're fighting a battle at the upper Bollinger Band in an overbought market. I'll let somebody else want to play that game. In the euro, you're oversold, you've hit the Bollinger Band, you bounced up and negated the downtrend. You didn't start an uptrend, you still have bias down, but you're just sort of spinning now. Not the case at all in the British pound, which fell back to the Bollinger Band, still finding support against that, but it is an oversold market. In Bitcoin, remember we got to 108,000 and I said you might go back to that lower Bollinger Band. Amazing how it worked out, but it's exactly what occurred. I mean, just take a look at what you've done there, and you're oversold here. I think you've established a trading range for the near term, and that's how I'm going to view the market. If it fell apart here, this opens up down here. I'm not saying it's fallen apart yet. That's not occurred. In the energy markets, you are saying that the 100-day average is too much for the market right now. It's got to prove it can get back over it and over the Bollinger Band. Barring that, the trend is down, and the market doesn't seem to want to stay under the 18-day average to give the bias down and get the bears aggressives to get the market back into the 7,100 zone. The same is true of the WTI crude. You keep falling back to the 18-day average, can't get over the 100. You keep the bias up, the trend down, the chart's a mess. It's very difficult to trade that way. Same thing in the heating oil, no difference at all. Nat gas, not. The cold weather has picked it up, and here you've come for new highs on this whole move. Whoa, that is, by the way, this is all contra-seasonal, which means it has more momentum than you think. You've caught the traders that are looking for the bear side, and I was one of them, but didn't do anything with it. And the market just coming alive to the upside. Now, got to keep your eye on what's going to happen in Ukraine. It appears that Ukraine does not want Russian gas going through the gas pipe. I don't know if that's the smartest idea. You know, Russia's got the missiles that can take out the pipe like that. But if Ukraine allows enough gas to just get trickled through to Slovakia, I think Austria uses it, Italy, maybe it's in the best good for everybody for that to happen if they can prove that how that gas going through isn't going back in profit to Russia. And I think that's what everybody's working on. That way, eventually there's going to be some form of a truce. I'm not going to say peace, I'm going to say a truce between Russia and Ukraine. I don't know what it entails. I know there'll be attempts at it, and it's probably going to start right before Trump gets in. I'm already hearing that different parties are willing to talk. Well, why destroy that? That doesn't make sense, and I think that's why Russia's not hitting it. It's certainly within their missiles range, and they have the precision to do it. So maybe that stays there. All right, you put it all together, you try to come up with the game plan, and I try to give them to you. You know, if you get my research, twice daily I write. And obviously I'm not writing as in-depth at this time of the year, and I refuse, just so you'll know, to join into prognostication of what 2025 is going to hold. That's for entertainment. It's not for business purposes. The most you can look at in futures especially 90 days, and that is difficult. So, I'll let the other guys do that. They can talk the big general story, and they're rarely right on them. If you go back to year after year, and there are services that track it, they're about half right, which means flip a coin. But you get, with my research, twice daily updates. You get the morning videos. You get my window envelopes, which are super important. We teach you there how to work with it. You get our mobile app that works on Android and Apple, both of them. Your charts can look like this, by the way, on that. You get access to my special reports, which I'll start doing again right after the first of the year. What's the point of me doing them now? Everybody's on vacation. It's iraepstein.com research. You can go right there. You'll see it. Give yourself a try. Sign yourself up. There will not be any more sales this year, so if you're waiting for me to do one for Christmas, won't be for that. There will be for my courses, and I'll try to get those either going Thursday or Friday of this week for you, so you get a chance to buy yourself a Christmas gift. And by the way I'm setting this up, you're going to see how you can you buy one, you get another one free. Yes, that's what we're going to do. And you can give them away, and they can start when you're ready to do that. Got it? Works pretty simple. iraepstein.com research. I'll catch up with you all first thing in the morning.